and welcome to Read the Last Page,
a book club
YAP SESH,
with your two favorite long-distance best friends. I'm your host, Dan.
and I'm your host, B. And how are you doing today, Dan? 1 year older.
Oh my god, actually, you're so right. I'm doing well. If you guys don't know, my birthday was like on, well, I don't know when you're listening to this. Friday of the week after I turned 27. I turned 27 last Friday.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was so scared for 27 for some reason, for like all the months following up to it. And then for some reason, I think on the day, I just felt so like, oh, okay. It's just like, I would just have been preparing, I think, for so long that by the time I actually got to 27, I already felt 27. So,
yeah. Nice.
hasn't been too crazy. Yeah, I've personally just been having a very crazy September because it's like back to school season.
Because our girl's back in school.
Yeah, I'm back in school, and so trying to like kind of figure out when you take I took kind of a large gap between like graduating and going back, and so I literally have to like retrain my brain to like read academically and like do little things that are like post on a discussion board. Like I'm like, oh yeah, like like.
Did you ever learn SQR3?
SQR3
or SQ3R or something?
I don't think so.
You know why you didn't learn it?
Because
because it was in middle school. And it was like in this class. It was called Smarts.
Yeah, okay.
And you were in the band in middle school. And so you didn't have to take that class.
I didn't have to take Smarts.
And it was just like,
what?
It was just like about like how to study. Anyways, SQ3R was like scan, question,
Oh, sure.
and then read it 3 times or something like that. And that was like the way that you learned how, like, that was like how to read academically, like, or especially for like the ACT or whatever, you know, like stuff where it's like,
yeah,
read quickly. I don't know.
Right.
But I was just like, how are they going to tell me how I'm going to read my assignment? Like, shouldn't that be up to me?
This is true. No, because like actually, and I've tried my best to figure out how to be somebody who's like a peruser, a scanner of text. I've never been that student ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I'm just like a slow reader when it comes to reading papers and
Me
like
too.
taking notes. Like, I am one of those people who I'm like, I feel like everything's kind of important. So I'm very, very bad about taking notes. But it's like, I'll see other people who, like other friends of mine that are in grad school, and they can like knock out so many pages in a day or like take so many notes. And I'm like, how are you doing that?
Yeah.
They're just scanning. They're not taking every word. So, you know, the more you know. But it's fine. Anyway, so that's all to say. It's been a very chaotic few weeks, and I'm hoping that like end of September will be a little bit more easy, but that's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's nice to kind of be busy in a way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I feel like for me, always like the beginning of the semester was always the hardest because it's the transition back into it. And then once you find the groove again, it's like, okay, like I remember how to operate. So maybe that's coming soon for you, hopefully.
Yeah. And also I do feel like it's kind of that thing where everyone's really trying hard at the beginning.
Yeah.
So the stakes are higher. And then like as we all get tired, the stakes start lowering just like week by week. And you're like, okay, this is fine.
So in your classes, is everybody in their first semester of grad classes, or is it like a mix of people that have like already been going to grad school?
From what I can tell, it's for the most part everybody's brand new, because the class, I'm doing it very slowly. I'm taking one class at a time. So the class I'm in currently is like a foundations course.
Oh, okay.
So it is for the people who are either they could be in their second semester, but for the most part this is probably their first or second class that they've taken.
Nice. Well, that's kind of good that you're like in the same boat as mostly everyone there, because I feel like I would be more scared to start grad school if it's like a whole bunch of people that like this isn't their first rodeo. Yeah.
No, and I do have a bit of an upper hand in a way because I've been working at a library for so long.
Yeah.
So it's like some of these people have like never had any experience working in a library. Maybe they don't even know if this is what they want to do full time. But like they're just, you know, maybe auditing a class or whatever. But yeah, so it's like I kind of in a way feel a bit prepared, but then again, I'm also only in a foundations course. So you know, I'm really cruising kind of in a way.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah, it's just like interesting because when I would say like in high school, you know, I'm just like, okay, like the normal 4 years of college, and which I actually went 5 years, but
yeah, me too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we did. But like I always thought like, oh, like, well, and I still don't think I'll ever go to grad school, but I just always seemed like, I don't know, so not out of touch, but like out of reach. And now it's like one of my sisters got her graduate degree. Now like my best friend is going to grad school, and your roommates are going or have gone, and like my younger sister has talked about maybe going, and it's just like, wait, this is like so cool that like the people I know are like actually doing this, because
I know,
it just seems so hard. So
yeah, like
I'm like so amazed, you know. I love
that's
it.
so nice. For the longest time, because both of my roommates had gone to grad school, and a lot of my friend groups, actually I'm like the only person who does not have my master's, which is so interesting.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, like for the longest time, every time someone told me they were going to grad school, I was always like, why are you doing that? Like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
And then like little did I know, here I would be. But but yeah, it's definitely one of those things where I just like realized like I'm able to do it because of like my position with like I work at a place that's, I'm really lucky because they're covering a lot of my tuition.
Yeah.
And like it's something that I genuinely do need to do for my career. If I did not need to go, I probably would not be going.
Yeah.
But it's good, it's a good experience. So you know,
I like the reasons that I would go if I were to ever go would be if I ever decide that I actually want to be a math teacher, and and so I would need to get like the education part of the training or like the schooling, you know, because I don't like, personally, I think I'm qualified to teach mathematics, but I'm not really qualified to be a teacher, if that makes sense.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that, or if I ever thought about like maybe wanting to like be a dance professor.
Oh, whoa, yeah.
Yeah. But like it's just like I think the math teacher is like more likely in my life, but those are like the two things, like if I were to ever decide to go to grad school, it would most likely be because of one of those.
Yeah.
But I think that there's ways in some school districts that you actually don't have to do like the master's in teaching. Like I could just get like a teaching certificate or something, and I think maybe because like I have a math degree and I've been tutoring in math, like if I prove myself in my interview, like then, but I don't know, that's just like in like, I feel like it would be like after I have kids and they're like a little bit further into school where they're not like needing me home all the time, it's like if I wanted to do that, I don't know, I think I would be good at teaching math, so it's something I've always considered. But
I think that'd be so cool. Yeah, like weirdly enough, I've always, I could just look it up truly, but like I've always been like so curious about like, I'm like, what is the whole teaching path like? But my cousin, for example, she got a job after COVID. She was a nurse during COVID and realized that's just like, since she was thrown into it all, that's like definitely not what she wanted to do. And she got a job at a high school teaching biology and anatomy. And like, I'm like, that's just so interesting to like just do such a hard shift like that. And also just like, maybe it was also post-COVID, but I was just like, wow, I didn't realize that like schools just like hired people to teach biology if they have like a nursing degree, and that's like their education.
But it makes sense, you know.
It does. We spoke. Anything crazy going on?
Well, I started my nanny job.
Oh yeah. How are you liking that?
It's been good. The kid, he like, you know, he loves his mommy and his daddy, and so sometimes he gets upset when they walk away and he has to just be with me. But he's honestly like, he honestly had been doing really well about it, but then like this week, like the dad told me like, by the way, he's going through a very like, you know, like attachment phase. So he was like really like, it was more like not a tantrum, but like a meltdown. That's the right word. When it's just like so sad to see him cry, and it's like, you know, like, I'm sorry, I'm not your mom.
Oh, no.
But eventually he like, you know, he feels better, and we've been going to, at the Met, they have like playtime in this like playroom thing that's really cute. It's very like, it's kind of like Montessori. Like, it's very like tactile and learning, and but it's like free play, and the other little kids are there, and so we'll go to that sometimes, and I take him to the park, and yeah, so that's been nice. And then, you know, we also just like play at his house, and he also takes a nap in the middle of the day for a couple hours. So I've been doing my reading.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll watch TV.
I read a book recently, actually, now that we're talking about it, where it was like, girl goes to nanny young child. She's our age. Falls in love with young child's uncle.
Oh,
very good. Anyway, I was just thinking that because I was like, oh my God, what if something crazy? And I was like, literally Seth in the room right now. It was like, oh wait, never mind. But really good book if anybody cares.
That would be
my dream situation.
Yeah, because if you liked the kid, then it's like,
yeah, like
now you're just the kid's aunt. Like,
exactly. Win-win, low key. So
that's what Lucy and the wishing game, like, that's what she wished her situation was. Like,
Lucy from the wishing game. I was thinking about this book the other day because someone recommended to me The Lost Story, which is that author's other book. And apparently that one's like a Chronicles of Narnia retelling, but I was like, I just don't think I could do it. Because the person was telling me, she was like, the characters are supposed to be kind of older, but it felt like a little childish, and I was like, is this just a thing that like this author continues to do? I don't know. Yeah. If you guys have read The Lost Story, like, let me know if it's good.
Yeah. Email us. Okay, sorry. Anyways, read the last page, bookclub@gmail.com.
Literally.
Gotta make sure we got it in there.
Literally.
Yeah. What an interesting ride of books we've been reading this year. But we were just talking before we started that that we've both started our book for this month, I See You've Called in Dead, and we're both liking it so far. We're like 50 pages in, so yes, but looking good so far.
It feels like a very like I don't want to speak too soon because I'm only 50 pages in. But it feels like a different book from one we've read, and I wonder if it's because it follows just in like an older adult man, not like older, but like he's like an adult man, and like the only time I can think of us reading just like a book that took place in a realistic time and like place, and like having an adult man at the helm was like Everyone on This Train is a Suspect, I think. Yeah. So
and it's like that was like a mystery,
yeah.
And this just seems like normal,
contemporary, like
realistic, yeah.
But I'm liking it.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You can go for sure. I have nothing else to add.
I was just gonna say, like, I was just thinking, Cerulean Sea was like the last one we read that was like a male main character who was it was about him and his job and his life, but it had that touch of fantasy, so it wasn't
and also, can I say, that didn't feel to me, for some reason, it did not feel like so like man,
you
know what I mean? Because I think it's because like the kids, and also it was like very much like a love story, and like a very like comforting, like almost coming of age ish love story. So it just felt a little different from like the vibes of this book.
Right. No, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I've been burning my fall candle. I'm gonna tilt my thing up. Can you see it up there? Little glimmer, glimmer, glimmer. It's the one with like glimmer, glimmer. It has 3 wicks. So doesn't that look so fancy? Pretty? It's called pumpkin cream frappe. So it's very, very good. I love it. Because today I went to Trader Joe's. And they had the apple cider donuts. And last fall, I was like, I gotta have an apple cider donut. And I saw them at Trader Joe's, but I was like, oh, it's too soon. Like, I'll get one at a different time. And then I went to this cider festival, and I thought it was gonna be like apple cider and apple cider donuts and all that kind of stuff. But it was just like hard ciders. And I was like, where's the donuts? And so
the hard cider donuts.
And so then I was like, okay, next time I go to Trader Joe's, I'm going to buy them. But then like they weren't there anymore. So today I saw them and I was like, I'm buying them and I'm eating one. I ate one on my walk home.
Exactly.
And so then I was like, fall was just in the air to me. So I was like, I got to burn my candle.
Exactly. No, and it is acceptable to fully transition into fall at this point. So it is the time for fall. I know my roommate and I are currently trying to decorate our apartment for fall or Halloween, and we've got like 5 decorations. And like we literally have been living together for like maybe 7 years, and we're just like, how have we like contributed nothing to the decoration department?
Yeah, that's so funny.
Very bad. We have to go to Home Goods or something.
Yeah. I want to get one of those little $1 pumpkins, the little little they're so cute to me.
Like you want to get a real one?
Yeah.
Just to have in your
yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Just put in my room. I don't know, it just makes me happy.
Yeah. I love that. Well, that's good. That's good. Oh, I've got 2 things to show and tell you. Maybe 3. Okay. But it's okay. I'll just talk about the book for now.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, I read
Catabasis or something.
Sorry, I don't know why that cracked me up. It just felt like you were reading it as I was like picking it up.
I was trying to remember.
Yes, it's. I don't know if it's pronounced catabasis or catabasis.
No, I like your version better.
Catabasis. That's how the author pronounces it. So I'm like,
okay, yeah.
Anyway. Catabasis by R.F. Kuang. This has been all over online, and so I really wanted to read it because the synopsis, if you guys don't know, is about these 2 grad students who like their advising professor, I guess, gets sent to hell for undisclosed reasons, and they go into hell to get him back because they're like, we sunk so much time into getting our graduate like diploma, like we need you so that way we can get letters of recommendation and have careers outside of college and their masters. So they go to hell, and that's about that. It's like heavily based on Dante's Inferno, and so
I don't know what that is.
If you guys are watching, like, Laura's face immediately dropped. Okay, sorry.
Because I just always feel sad that I never know what the references are.
Okay. Just the only thing you need to know about Dante's Inferno is just, like, what's big about this is that it's the idea that hell has many circles and you have to go to the many circles of hell. So, for example, I can't remember now that I'm thinking about it. Like, they've got these courts is what they call it. And there's like pride, desire, greed, wrath, violence, cruelty, tyranny, etc. And so they have to go to every court of hell. And the more you go, well, actually, like, it's so interesting because it's like literally as they were describing hell, they were like, hell is like a university campus or like a university library. Like, it's like people like bustling on the streets to get to like their class or their tasks of the day, and then you're in a library with people who are like writing a dissertation that's never going to get done because they're in hell, and like the point is that they suffer. And so it's like things like that. it's just so interesting. But anyway, so they just have to go through all these different courts of hell, and every court they go to, the stakes get upped. But
because they're going to the different ones to try to find him.
Yeah, they're trying to find the professor so that way they can hatch a plan to somehow bring him back. It was so good. I loved it. Okay, so here's what I kind of want to say about it.
Okay.
Because it's like very much dark academia, very much like a fantasy book, and also an adult fantasy book. And so I wouldn't say like fantasy is like my bread and butter. I do like and enjoy a fantasy book, but like I know I mentioned this on the podcast, but like I don't have a fantasy brain. I have to really shift into like a mode of reading in order for me to fully like engage properly with like the fantasy genre. But I really like this one. And I mean, I'm seeing a lot of discourse online. I won't talk too much about it because like, it's discourse, who cares?
Yeah.
But like people are talking about how they found it to be like very difficult to read because they think it read like a quote unquote textbook. I feel like that's like not the vibe I got. So if you guys are somebody who's like really interested in reading it, I think you should give it a shot because I did not get the textbook vibes at all from it. I found it to be very well written, and I thought the characters were very likable. I really appreciated the characters and like the journey that we go on with them. The ending gets crazy. It goes a place that I don't want it to go until it goes to a place I do want it to go, if that makes sense. So you just gotta, if you're like me, you just gotta get through like
stay for the long haul.
Yeah, exactly. But I really liked it, and I got through it really quickly.
Yeah,
so,
and that's a big book.
Yeah, it was one of those books that like every time I wasn't reading it, I was just like, I want to get home so I could read that.
Yeah,
and like that doesn't happen to me very often. So yeah, I was really tuned in.
Well, I know like nothing about it except for what you've said, but I'm almost curious if this textbook narrative mode or whatever that people feel like it sounded like, could it have been slightly intentional due to the fact that they're like college students? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that is the question. Yeah, no, like here's the thing. It's a dark academia book. And I think my theory is that I think a lot of people think they like dark academia, but then when a book is actually like an academic based book, having an academic tone and an academic plot, I think it's kind of difficult for some people to switch into that. Like they just kind of maybe like the aesthetic of dark academia, but maybe they don't want to engage so much with like the full experience of what a dark academic book
maybe
would
they
be.
just like dark romance or dark fantasy that happens to take place in a school or something like that.
Perhaps. And I mean, it's not everybody.
Really know.
Yeah, it's not everybody.
Not really something I've read like ever.
Yeah. Like I'm like feeling like I don't want to throw people under the bus.
It sounds like maybe Danielle's saying the people that say they like dark academia but then had an issue with this book, maybe they just don't know what they actually like. Is that what we're thinking?
I'm thinking it about some of the people.
Yeah.
I feel like here's my take. I think calling a book bad because you think it read like a textbook is a very mean way to critique someone's writing, and I think it's almost like you're watering down your point to something that like I'm like, that's the only thing you could come up with, like calling it a textbook.
Yeah,
like a dark academia book is too textbooky for you. Okay,
it's too academic. I don't know. I've never read it.
No, I know.
I'm just choosing to back your side.
My only thing is like, you can critique this book. I'm not saying this book is faultless.
Right.
I do see about like a lot of the critiques people bring up. I'm like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. Didn't bother me though.
Yeah.
But I just don't like the textbook argument. I'm like, there's other ways you can critique it. I've heard other people say,
that's fair.
R.F. Kuang is somebody she writes books that are like maybe like very heavy-handed in like the academic way she talks about it, or that sentence didn't make sense, but but like she's a bit heavy-handed as an author. I kind of agree. As in, like, for example, this is a book about 2 grad students going to hell to get their professor back because that's how bad the job market is. That's like kind of like
that's kind of heavy.
Yeah, like that's kind of that's it. So, you know, I agree. I think there's a lot of things that she could do in which, like, you can let us come to our own decisions about a lot of the themes and takes that she has in this book. Other things I heard, one YouTuber, Carrie Can Read, anybody out there? I love watching her videos, but she had a really interesting take where she was like, this book doesn't feel like it's about the plot or the characters, but more so R.F. Kuang can explain things like Dante's Inferno to us, or like Aristotle, or like Orpheus's journey, things like that. And I thought that was really interesting because it does kind of feel like, in a way, a quote unquote, this could be a quote unquote textbook for other things in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Is this a critique or just an observation or a compliment?
Well, so she meant it as a critique. I'm saying, yeah, that's an observation that I get, did not bother me, I appreciated, and that I can understand why people are like, this reads as a textbook, sure, but like you can say it in a different way that I think lends like more grace and like I just feel like you're undermining R.F. Kuang as like a writer by just saying that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts about it, because I'm feeling quite contrarian for liking this book, and I'm like, wait, I thought that this was gonna be a difficult book to read, and like I ate it up. So I don't know.
But a lot of times, remember that a lot of times people like to be contrarian and like, well, everyone else liked it, so I'm gonna find the reason why it's not as good as everybody says. You know what I mean?
That is pretty true, and that's
so,
like the antithesis
could be part of it.
Of me and you. I like to tell people, I'm like, I'm a liker first. Yeah. Like I go into everything with the intention of liking it. Yeah. So it's tough for me to hate something. Yeah. TBH.
I know, that's how I feel about books. This is why I don't use Goodreads, me personally, because it's like I don't see books and my experience with a book in a 5-star scale type of way. I just can't quantify it, because I'm just like, I like to read the books, and yes, some of them I enjoy more than others. Some of them move me more than others. Some of them are more entertaining. Some of them I think are better written. But it's just like, for the most part, if I read a book, I'm like, yeah, I liked reading that. Yeah. You know?
That's how
we've definitely had a few that we've talked about on the podcast that, you know, we definitely have critiques of, but for the most part, it's hard for me to feel like I wasted my time or that it's just bad. You know?
Yeah. Part of me wishes to like it. Part of me wishes I was more so like that, because hi Belly. But my friend Haley, she got a letterbox recently because she's like my movie friend. Like she's always watching movies and telling me to watch things. And so I was always like, you just need to get a letterbox. Like I feel like you just need to start logging these things. Yeah. And so she just goes on there and she doesn't really rate anything unless it's a 5-star movie. And like she always just tells me, she's like, I don't know, I just feel like I like everything. Yeah. Like if I watched it, I liked it.
That's how I feel too. Me and Haley need to link up
for real. Yeah, exactly. One time, because we watched a movie this summer and it was like so bad, and me and her were both like, when we finished it, we were like, yeah. And then the next day we were like, we didn't like that, did we? And Haley was like, and you know it's bad because we're speaking up about it.
Yeah, true.
So yeah,
I don't have a letterbox, but what I did do this year is I started my list of movies I've watched in 2025. And I've so far watched 41 movies this year.
Incredible.
And I'm putting a little emoji, the little like camera, the old-timey camera, if I watched it in the theater, and then the little emoji that's like the number 1 if it's the first time that I watched it.
Ooh, gotcha. Okay,
So
yeah, because
at the end I can see, you know, which one, how many new movies I watched, how many movies in the theater.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, I was gonna ask if it's like all first time watches or if you're doing just like movies in general.
No. Just any movie that I watch.
Sweet. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, because the first half of the year, January through May, were all rewatches except for Wicked Part 1.
Exactly.
But since June, it's been way more of them have been first time watches because we got the AMC thing. So I've been going to the movies, and like we've been watching like Spider-Man movies and stuff that I haven't seen before. So yeah.
Well, hey, that's
most
exciting.
recent watches. Guess what my most recent watches were.
Weapons. Is Weapons in there?
Weapons was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies ago.
Oh, okay. I'm behind.
I've seen 6 movies since I saw Weapons.
Let me see if I can just get at least one movie. I gotta think. Gotta lock in. What's a movie that you would have seen?
But also think rewatches.
Oh my goodness, what's a movie that you would have rewatched and seen? Okay, I don't think I can do it. Little Women.
No, that's a good guess though.
Okay, sorry.
Little Women was the 3rd movie I watched this year, but
okay, too.
My 2 most recent movies I've watched, National Treasure and National Treasure 2.
Yeah. Okay, valid. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That is so good. Well, yay. I love people engaging with movies.
Yeah.
One thing that my roommates I keep calling them my roommates, and only one of them is my roommate.
True.
It's actually such a weird shift. A shout out to Haley if you're listening, but like you're still my roommate bestie. Anyway, well, okay. Speaking of Haley, I've got a couple things I want to say, but first of all, I'm going to finish my thought. So, my friends and I have been watching a lot of Tim Curry movies lately. Do you know who Tim Curry is?
I definitely recognize the name.
I'm trying to think of things.
Let me look up a picture.
Yeah. He's got a very recognizable face.
Okay.
He's a very famous actor in like 80s, 90s. I guess 70s too.
I recognize this guy.
Yeah, he's like a very like a character actor. But so we've been like, we watched the movie Clue maybe a week or so ago. Girl, you've got to watch Clue. Clue is so good.
Is it about the board game or?
Yeah, so they take the concept of the board game and then they write a story about it. So like all of the characters like come, or like they're characters in the movie, but like,
because I love that game. So
yeah, exactly. It's just so interesting because it's like you're like, wait. Well, one thing that was so interesting to me was I didn't realize how much I had characterized these board game characters until I watched a movie, and these characters were not acting like the characters that I knew in my head.
Yeah.
I was like, Professor Plum would not say that.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, he's not a character. He's not real. He's never spoken. I was like, what? So, but anyway, Tim Curry in that movie is so good. He plays like, he doesn't play one of the board game characters. He plays like a new character that's like a butler. But he gives this like monologue at the end that's so good. So
my family's Clue game, it's like a newer version. I mean, it's from 15 years ago now, but it was new at one point. And the character cards, like they have, they like hired actors and did like photo shoot with them. And so Professor Plum like has glasses kind of somewhat similar to this, and he's like, exactly. and it's like Miss Scarlet or whatever. She's like serving face.
Exactly.
And like Miss White reminds me, which that's who I always play as because we have it in our version. It's like each person has like a different power that they can use once, and I like Miss White's, and but she like reminds me of like Angela from The Office,
Yeah, that's so true.
And then who else is there?
I always played as Miss Peacock.
Oh, that's who Kelly plays at. Miss Peacock is like the socialite, like she's wealthy. Yeah.
I loved her outfits. I was like, exactly. Yeah, she's like. Anyway, so that's movie that I think you should watch. I think it's like one of the funniest movies I've ever seen.
Is it on something I could watch?
Oh, that's a good question. I think we did have to rent it, so maybe just like
maybe
keep
it's at the library.
Yeah, exactly. Or just keep an eye out for it if it ever comes anywhere. Anyway, and then for my birthday, I made my friends come over and watch Rocky Horror, which Tim Curry's in that, and so that's probably his most prominent role, I'd say. But that was I've never seen that version before, like the original. I've seen like other versions, but not the OG. OG so good. Again, Tim Curry literally slays the house down. So yeah, but I want to show you this. Look at what Haley did for me for my birthday. This is only one part of the gift, which I don't even know what the second part is yet. But
Haley's like the most. She's like talented, creative. Like
she is like to me personally. Every time she gives me a gift, I'm like, and how did you know this was exactly what I wanted? Yeah. Anyway, so, and this is partially a joke. But she decided for my birthday she was going to write me the opening scene to a fake movie that we made up together, which is the sequel to the already sequel movie Twisters. So she wrote me.
I saw this and I was like, I was like, wait, what is this?
It's the opening scene to Twisters 2, a working title. And it's because when we saw Twisters, we loved that movie so much, we started hypothesizing about how we could get them to make a third movie. And we were like, well, this would happen and this would happen and we could bring back this character and do this. And she went and wrote the script for the opening scene.
That's amazing.
And I was like, I read it aloud, like,
I was gonna say, is there a table reading? Like,
no, I was like reading the hell out of it. I was like, exactly, like live reacting to it. It's so good. Anyway,
that's amazing.
So this has been like a very
show it to the camera.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Cute.
So Twisters 2. It's so good. It's so good. And it's on this pink paper, and I'm like, exactly. It just feels so cute.
Yeah.
So that's been like truly one of the best gifts I've ever received.
I love
appreciate.
That. Yeah. So when I saw you post it like on your story or something, I haven't seen those movies yet, and I thought, oh, she just typed up the movie that you like. Like, I thought maybe she just typed up the
script
scene. Yeah, just because you liked it, because I forgot that it's Twister, right? It's Twister and then Twisters. Because I just saw Twisters 2 and I was like, oh, that's that movie, the sequel movie that they like. But no, that would be the third one.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, and Haley and I always joke about actually like writing a script together, because we're just like, well, we have an idea for a rom-com, and so like for like our entire time living together, we were like, we just write this rom-com, and then we can be like the female Matt Damon, Ben Affleck when they wrote Good Will Hunting together at age like 21 and won Oscars for it. We're like, that could be us.
Yeah.
It couldn't be us probably, but like this, I'm like, wait, we're taking a step in the right direction. Like someone's actually putting pen to paper, and like
if you write something, then you guys just got to come to New York and like start posting like. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you can cast me, but like, we'll put it up on playbill.com, like casting for, emergent movie script in the works, like looking for new talent,
new talent, exactly. But yeah, love. You should also, if you want to, you should watch the Twister movies.
It's on my mind at some point. I'll watch it.
They are so fun, like the easiest movies to watch. Oh my god, I would love any day. I'll also say this, in the first Twister, Philip Seymour Hoffman plays a character who's like my favorite character to ever exist on anything. Like he's so good. So like I would watch that, and like we can discuss.
Do I know who that is?
Philip Seymour Hoffman. Oh yeah, he's in the Hunger Games. Who does he play? Plutarch. He's Plutarch in the Hunger Games.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he's incredible. In every movie he's ever been in, he's like stole the show. But he's very good in Twisters.
Mm-hmm. I saw some discourse about, this is probably when the Sunrise on the Reaping book came out, and like Hunger Games content is just everywhere. Yeah. And they were just analyzing his character and how, like especially at the like ball, the like party that they go to. Do you know what I'm talking about?
And Catching Fire?
I think so, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's like the only one who's like he's just wearing like a normal suit, and his hair's kind of, it's honestly kind of like looks like it needs to be washed, like no makeup. He's just like so like the the antithesis of like a capital person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like kind of like a, you know, like a clue to who his character is before we really know who he is. Oh, I was just like,
that's so true.
Yeah.
His introduction is so crazy because to me,
Yeah.
I'm like, I like Plutarch for me personally is one of those characters that I'm like, I'm never gonna form an opinion about you, Loki. Like he's such an interesting character, and
Yeah.
also with the inclusion of Sunrise on the Reaping, I think it just makes him an even more weird character.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea where I stand with him.
Yeah.
But
I think he's good in the end, in general.
right, like he for sure like fights the good fight, but
Right.
like I'm just like, you give me mixed vibes sometimes.
He plays his cards close
to his chest,
yeah.
for sure. For sure.
I have a show and tell.
Yes.
So last night, I went to an event with my friend Heidi because she's always in the know about all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a free event at New York Public Library, but you had to like reserve a ticket, and it was for Dua Lipa. Actually, we're so her because she has a
book club.
book club podcast.
She's got great taste, truly.
And so it was like a live taping of her podcast, of her and the author that wrote the book that she read. The book was called Flesh. I don't remember the author's name.
Okay.
So we just got to watch her like have their book club discussion, and on every seat there was this little tote bag.
Ooh.
And in the tote bag there was a little, let me get it out, a little journal. Look how cute that is. It's like the library card.
I love that.
Yeah, and it's for let me try to get open. It's like, sorry, I'm hitting my mic. It's like to write your books, like the title. Sorry.
Oh yeah, like a reading log.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you can even star it if you want to.
Cool.
And like title, author, genre, when you read it, quotes and thoughts. I just thought that was so cute.
Yeah,
it was free.
I love that.
Literally
exactly. Free. Oh my god, that's so exciting.
And
will
she was
have
so
to listen.
beautiful.
Yeah, gosh, I'm like, she's one of those people who like, I'm really like, I don't know how you got so lucky. Also, she is like so well read. Like the book she picked, she is not just picking like pop fiction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's like reading very intellectual books that like, and like having real conversations with these authors or like guests about like world events, like cultural affairs, things like that. She's so interesting.
I know, like I don't know, because I don't really know much about her. Like my friend Heidi really likes her and like went to her concert last year at some point, and so she really wanted to go, and so she was just like, I got a ticket for you too because I want someone to come with me. And I was like, yeah, sure. Like I love her song in the Barbie movie, like you know, like she has all these songs that like I really like. I just don't necessarily like follow her specifically. So I don't know what I was expecting. I guess something more, just like more just like pop culture-y, or like I don't know, but I was like, it's not, I've never thought she wouldn't be intelligent or something like that, but like she just was so articulate and so like you could tell she thought very deeply while she read this book and was curious about things, like, and she just spoke so well. I just loved it. I was like, this kind of making me a bigger fan of her, you know, like, I'm like, I kind of want to give her some streams, like,
exactly. No, I personally take it as such a green flag when people who are interested in the arts appreciate like very well written or like well made things. Do you know what I mean? Like it just, and that's not to say like, I don't know, I just feel like there's so many people, like so many of my favorite singers are like recommending books that are like classics, or like in it's not saying that like it can only be a classic, but like I don't know, like it's like they're not recommending like ACOTAR, and I said that as someone who read and liked the ACOTAR books. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just, I think it's always fun to kind of be like, oh yeah, you would read that because like you write for a living.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, that was just like really cool that I was just like in the same room.
That's awesome.
As Dua Lipa, and yeah, and she wasn't even like performing, like she wasn't singing, you know, we were just sitting down and
talking,
listening to her discuss.
I'll have to listen to her podcast.
I know, I was like, wait, I'm gonna be like on Spotify, like you're gonna hear me go woo, you know.
True. Exactly. Exactly. That's so fun. Okay, well, yeah, I love that. What a fun side event.
Yeah, I know, it's random, but like that's New York, you know.
That's just New York, truly. Every time I see a celebrity like on the street in New York, I'm like, Laura could be running into them. J-Law lives in New York. You could run into J-Law on the street.
I don't know. I'm like, they're not walking around the Upper West Side.
Who's to say? Maybe they like a coffee shop up there.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? In The Office, first of all, that would be amazing if I ran into her. Like, yeah, I'm a big fan. Okay. But I was watching The Office the other day, per usual, and there's one where like after Jan, this is for my people that know the show, Jan like gets fired or whatever, and then she's living in Scranton, and then Ryan takes her job, and then he comes back and, you know, he's like, oh, Scranton suits you, and or something, I don't know, whatever. The point is, Jan says something like, yeah, it's nice, you know, it's certainly not the Upper West Side, but blah blah blah. And I was like, Jan was living in my neighborhood.
Wait, that's so interesting. Wait, that's
actually so like there was several people at my job, at my theater job last year. One of the girls had like a Friendsgiving, and a bunch of us went over. And I'd only been working at the theater for like a couple months, and so they were all still getting to know me and everything, and they're like asking questions, and then it came up that I'm from Kansas City and I hadn't even lived there for a year, and they were all so shocked. They were like, I thought you were from here. And I was like,
exactly.
Thank you. I worked really hard to like
exactly
to like not, mostly out of for safety for myself. Like I didn't want, when I first moved here, I was like, I don't want people thinking I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. And I don't know where I'm going. So
right. True. Okay. Well, hey.
But yeah, I was like, I'm very flattered that you think that, because like it's only been 10 months.
Yeah. Wait, that's crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Well, I love that. Okay, can I transition into something real quick?
Yes.
Okay, so I texted this to you earlier, but I've got a little bit of a list for you today.
Oh my gosh, yeah, what is this list?
You might be like, what the heck?
Last
time Laura and I hung out, we were talking about the concept of me turning 27.
Yeah.
And I remember laying in bed and you go, for when we turn 27, we should both write down 27 secrets that we never told each other.
Did I say that? Oh my gosh.
And it's one of my favorite things you've ever said to me, because it's so funny. And it's just like, so you being like, let's just get closer to each other.
I love asking secrets. I'm always asking Seth, like, tell me something like that I don't know about you. And he's like, I don't know.
I know. This list was so
everything.
So I wrote a list of 27 things that I do not think you know. And it's like, it's not like there's secrets that the internet can't know, so don't get too excited.
Right. No,
but
I got
they're
you.
Just 27 things I've never told you. And so I've got a little list. Maybe I won't do all of them, but like,
well, you can say all of them if we need to, if you want to cut it shorter later, like we can, or if I want to cut it shorter later, I guess.
Okay, so here's 27 things I've never told Laura before, and now the internet's going to know.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I start off so strong with the first one because I was like, really, what is something I've never told Laura before? Okay. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm gonna say this. I have peed my pants in public so many times that I have been able to make a PowerPoint presentation ranking every time that has happened to my roommate.
I only know about the one.
When I peed in the laser tag?
Yeah.
Because you were there. That's true. I've got the worst bladder that just pees whenever it wants to. So there you go.
Okay.
Okay. 2. I'm a Reylo apologist.
Yeah, I think I maybe knew that. You maybe hadn't said it outright.
I hadn't said it. Yeah, that's true.
You know my feelings on them.
I know.
I'm obsessed, but not in a shipping way. But in a they need to be on the same wavelength way.
True.
Yeah.
And I realized I'm a Reylo apologist after watching edit after edit after edit of them The Last Jedi. It's just The Last Jedi when they're communicating through the Force.
Yeah.
It goes crazy. So.
And I could probably get to that point too.
Yeah. And it works because sorry, spoiler alert, dies in the end. Yeah. Like one of them dies. And so it's like, to me, I'm like, that's able to exist as a ship that I'm okay with.
Because it didn't have to develop into like marriage and
No, like I think it rocks that he dies at the end of the last movie. I'm like, that's exactly how it should have gone. Sorry, that's my personal opinion. Anyway, okay. Number 3. Oh, it is literally so hard for me to read a book or watch a movie if there's no romance to root for. Okay. 4. My feelings were hurt when you fell asleep during our first watch of Little Women in the theater.
Oh my gosh, Danielle. And I'm sorry.
No,
I was so tired. My feelings were hurt because I got confused.
and the only reason I wrote that down is because it is I look back on it and laugh so hard. I was like, why was I upset?
No, because I would have gotten upset too if because we were with your mom and I think one or maybe both of your sisters.
Yeah, both my sisters.
If I had invited you to do something with my mom and sisters and then you're falling asleep, I would be like, girl, come on. So it's like, yeah, that's valid. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. It's so funny. But it's okay because
it was like the end of Christmas Day. I probably had been up till 2 a.m. the night before wrapping presents for my family.
Yes.
And then, of course, we're waking up at 7 a.m. And I'm like...
Yes. It's tough.
It was dark.
I get it. It's also one of those movies that I get why you'd be like, I can sleep during this, but you've more than made up for it. So who cares?
True.
I'm
a Little Women stan.
If you walked out of that theater I'm confused, I didn't like it, and never watched it again, it would be a different conversation. But I could not care less. Anyway, okay. Oh, 5. You're the reason why I don't keep butter in my refrigerator.
I love that.
Because I remember seeing it at your house and I was like, what? This is so crazy. And I rejected it for a while. And then I was like, no, I need the butter softened.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's ready to be spread at any moment.
Yeah. Call us crazy. But that is the way you should keep your butter.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so much better. It's so much better.
Okay. Oh, this is so random. Maybe I'll cut this one.
Okay.
I don't think I like Ryan McCartan. And this is the guy.
Wait, the guy from Liv and Maddie?
Yes. And this is only because one time you sent me a video and I was like, I don't think I like this guy.
Because of something he did? Or you mean I sent you something because I thought you would like it and you're like, wait, why?
You sent me a video of him, I think, on Broadway. Because I think he's Jay Gatsby in Broadway currently.
Oh,
and I remember you sent me something about that, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I was like, "Oh, wait, I don't know if I like that guy."
Wait, I thought it was huge for the Liv and Maddie community.
Yeah,
you were a big.
Well, so I was just a Dove Cameron fan. Okay,
I was like, weren't you really in? I thought you were really into that. I don't know. I don't know what. Wait, okay. Here's probably what happened.
Mm-hmm.
We sang that song all the time.
Yes. Oh my god, I loved the song.
You're the other half of me.
Yes.
Me. But me personally, I didn't really watch that show.
Yeah.
So I think I just construed, but we probably just like the song because Danielle watches the show.
Not really. I really was only watching Austin and Ally on Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I was like, I'm a little too old to be here. So,
That's so funny. Because, I didn't necessarily care. I mean, that's great for Ryan McCartan or whatever, but I personally wasn't like, oh my gosh. But I was like, wait, Danielle might need to know this.
No, I know. And it's so simple. And again, I was just I could not come up with 27 things I've never told you. So, that ends up on there.
So
okay. 7. I don't know my rights or my lefts.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I don't know. Well,
You probably,
I think I've been in the car with you. That maybe that's happened a couple times.
If I've ever tried to give you directions, you will quickly find out I do not know my rights and my lefts.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
And I won't comment anymore on that.
Okay. Okay.
Eight is I don't know how to tie my shoe properly. I don't know how to tie my shoe like normal.
Oh.
Like
so how do you do it?
I do it in
Don't
the way.
Don't tell me that you make a loop on both sides and then tie the loops together.
I don't bunny ear, no. I do it kind of like the normal way, but like I have to like wrap it around a whole bunch of times. Like I don't know how to just straight up tie it. Like I basically make a jumbled mess until I get the knot.
Wait, okay. So this is not something I've known about you, but it's so funny because sometimes I have seen your shoelaces and I'm like, what's going on?
They are chunky. not as thick. And it's because I don't know how to tie my shoes.
Yeah.
27
so
years
silly.
old. Anyway, okay. Number 9. According to Letterboxd, my most watched director is Kenny Ortega.
Yeah. And that's how it should be.
He beat out Steven Spielberg, by the way. So like Steven Spielberg is number 2.
And let that be a lesson to everybody.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, this is a hot take. I'm going to see what you think. I still have not seen Inside Out 2. And for some reason, I don't have the desire to.
Okay. I'm never going to make you do anything.
Right.
But
you think I should.
I thought it was so good.
Everyone says that. And I don't know why. I'm just like resisting for some reason. I think I should watch it, but I'm nervous.
You probably should have watched it before you heard other people's opinions. Because sometimes I feel that way. Like when everyone's like, you have to watch it. It's like, everyone back off. You know?
Sure. Yeah. I'll watch when I'm ready.
But yeah. I thought it was so good. I thought it really lived up to the original. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things where it's like, the original's the original, right?
True.
But it's amazing, like, coming of age. She's going into high school or whatever, or middle school, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And she goes through some very real things, like, she actually has like some social anxiety. You might learn some things from her.
Well, so I did know that Maya Hawke comes in and she plays anxiety.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I think my thing is that I really like Inside Out, but I've only seen it a handful of times because for some reason it pulls on a certain like heartstring of mine that it feels almost painful to watch.
I cry every time.
Yes, it's emotionally very hard for me to watch.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why I'm having resistance to watching this out too, because I don't know how much I like that feeling.
Well,
you know what I mean?
This is probably gonna make you pull away from it more, but
okay.
Yeah, I cried through almost the whole movie at the theater.
Right.
Like, and also the Riley, like, I just relate her to my oldest niece, and so it's just like I'm like thinking about my oldest niece, like going through all this stuff, you know.
Yes.
Like, it's something about Riley feels like she's one of my nieces to me. Like, that's how serious it is, you know.
Riley.
So I get that.
Maybe I will one day. You'll be the first person to know. I swear.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This I have a prop for. Okay, so for my birthday, my roommate Catherine got me a Teen Beach Movie vinyl.
Oh, wow.
I know. And look. It looks like a beach ball.
Ooh, that's cute.
Isn't that cool?
Wait, is this the same? Wait, she got you Lemonade Mouth one year too, right?
Yes.
She knows what you want.
She knows game, for real. Yes. So I told her, I said, it's going to be 2:30 in the morning. You're going to hear Cruising for a Bruising.
Yeah.
My bad. Also, she did ask me, I think not so subtly, but she asked me a week or so ago. She was like, is Teen Beach Movie 1 or 2 the better movie? And I said, first of all, only seen the second one once. And and peace and love to her, but she was like, I'm pretty sure you've made us watch that. And I was like, no. I would have never made
anybody sit through that.
I was like, for your information, the movie ends with them erasing the fact that the first 2 movies happened at all.
Right.
Why would you want to watch that?
Yeah.
Anyway, spoiler for Teen Beach Movie 2, so sorry. Anyway, Also, Teen Beach Movie is just like so funny to me because I'm just like, yes, I love that movie to death, but like, I can't stand by all of her. Like, I'm just like, that movie's the water on the camera. They gave up 15 minutes into like the last act of the movie.
Yeah, they were like, okay, this movie's like due on Friday. Like, let's just get these scenes done. Like,
so crazy. Anyway, peace and love to Teen Beach Movie. Oh, okay. I passed my driver's test by 1 point.
Oh.
And that was the worst anyone has ever done in my family. So I immediately cried after getting my driver's license. But I passed. That's all that matters.
Did you know that I failed mine?
Oh, yes, you did. Time. Yes.
So no judgment on that.
I love that.
The thing I think, and then I passed it like the next day. Mm-hmm. But it's like, if passing it by 1 point didn't make you a safe enough driver, then they wouldn't allow that score to go on the road. So it's like,
it's true.
You're fine.
It's true.
And I've been in the car with you, and besides for the lefts and rights, like everything else is fine.
Thank you. Well, I think I drive very well for somebody who's taught by my friends how to drive. Why'd I add this? Again, I wrote this like so. Okay, let's just do it.
Okay.
Number 13. The idea that I might have to get married and start a family soonish sends me into a rage. So that's a real secret. I just don't like being in the stage of my life where I'm like, oh, everything's like happening.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
It's how I feel sometimes when I think about like my mom and my 3 older sisters when they were my age.
Yeah.
They were at least married, if not having 1 kid, if not having 2 kids, and it's like,
yeah, true.
I like don't even really have a full-time job.
Yeah. Yes.
What am I doing?
Yes. No, I feel that. But you know what? Comparison is the thief of joy.
True.
Is what they say. So
true.
Here we go. Okay. What? Like I was literally like, what was I writing? Number 14. Fun fact. My ACT score was not good enough for the state university I attended, and I got in on GPA alone.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy? Which is why, fun fact, if you ever ask me my ACT score, it's because 1, I don't actually remember what I got, and 2, probably wouldn't tell you if I could remember because I'm like, that's not important. You don't need to talk about that.
That is so interesting. Yeah, I never knew that, but
you
still got in and you still graduated. So
yeah, guys, my GPA was good. So if that tells you anything, girl is not a good test taker.
It's the testing anxiety.
I am not a good test taker.
And it's like, I did get a really high score on my ACT, and
yeah,
okay.
I know, it's true. People who like, I meet people who like will ask you what your ACT score was, and I was like, I think we're too old now to do that.
But is that only like happening in your classes?
No,
or
like,
just, like
I've had people ask me like at like while we're out at like a restaurant or like in a casual setting. I know. I'm like, guys, if you're doing that, peace and love, don't do that.
Maybe if we were 20.
I know. Like, I was like, after the age of 24, if we're graduating college, don't.
And guess what? You're the one that's in grad school. So
this is true. No, I know. Because I was actually looking at I had to send my transcript in from both college and high school in order to apply for my master's. And I was looking at my transcripts and I was like, oh my God. I was like, first of all, college me, a completely different person than high school me. But I was like, what? I don't know. I'm not going to talk about it, but like, I was like, I turned into a different person.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, this is not going to make me sound smart after I just try to convince y'all. Okay. I still struggle to not write with a passive voice, and I was an English major. I have no idea how not to do that, and Grammarly checks me every time. I can't do it.
I don't know. Now I'm curious, like when I'm journaling on stuff, I'm like, am I writing in passive voice? I don't know.
I'm always writing in passive voice, and it's my number one thing that I get checked on for anything I ever write. Even in college, they were always like, you're writing in a passive voice. And I was like, yeah, I actually have no idea how to fix it. Sorry. So I struggle with that.
There you go.
16. I don't like it when people show me photos of their pet and expect me to love their pet like it's my own.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
No, like I wanted to write so I don't sound like a mean person. I wanted to put the caveat of like, if I ask, or if we're talking about your pet, or like if it's like once every few weeks, I don't need to see a photo every day.
Yeah. What about my nieces and nephews?
Well, like, people are different.
Okay, just making sure.
But it is kind of like, yeah, like, I don't know. But it's like, because I love my cat. Whenever people are like, can I see a photo of your cat? I'm like, oh my God. Like, you really want to see a photo of my cat? That's so nice.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm not, like, other than, like, posting her on Instagram, which I think that's always, like, you can just not look at that if you don't want to. Who cares? But, like, other than that, I don't, like, text you just pictures of my cat.
That's how I feel when people just want to show, like, a cute cat video from the internet. I'm like, I don't know this cat.
I don't know this cat and I are not friends. Like, I have no idea what this is.
Like, if it's Belly, I'm like, okay, like, I know her, you know. I'm just like, if it's a random cat, I'm like, but also, like, you've never just, like, sent me a video of Belly. Like,
I know.
You know? And that's okay.
It's because I find it annoying.
Yeah, like, that's fine.
Okay.
That's so
this
funny.
Is actually crazy, but I wrote it down because I thought of you.
Okay.
So, I am no longer a dog person, I would say. Yeah. But it's gotten to the point where if someone tells me they are bringing their dog with them while we're hanging out, for a brief moment, I have a thought, I wish I was allergic to dogs so I had an excuse to get out of this.
The thing about being allergic, though, for me, is, like, my allergies aren't bad enough to warrant
you having that as an excuse.
Yeah, and so it's like I will say, like, oh, I'm allergic, and then but then it's like, but nothing's really gonna happen. Like, I might be slightly discomforted, but like, no one's gonna really notice. So then it's like, if I were to make a big deal about it, it's like
it's true. But, like, yeah, if, like, I'm going for a walk and someone's like, I'm gonna bring my dog, can you be like, I don't know, like, I don't really want my, like, allergies to, like, I don't want my eyes to water.
I guess I could. I just always say, oh, it's okay, like, I just won't touch it.
Okay.
That's what I say.
That's nice.
And sometimes people, like, do put their, you know, their animal in a different room or whatever, but I just feel like ever since COVID or something, like, everyone's way too comfortable bringing their dog everywhere.
I agree. And it's only a dog people thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who's bringing, like, and maybe it's because only dogs are acceptable to have outside, whatever. But, like, but it's so true. It's just like, why do people make dogs into a social activity?
Yeah.
I've never understood it. And I grew up with a lot of dogs.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, like, a lot of people, A, don't like dogs. B, like, are allergic to dogs, or C, are scared of dogs.
Yeah, and I'm all three of those.
Yeah.
And so when I see, like, the only thing that's acceptable is, like, if we were walking on the sidewalk, I'm like, you know what, you have a right to be here. But as soon as it comes, the, like, retail store I used to work at, people would bring their dogs in there. I'm like, I'm working here and I can't leave. Like,
yeah, that's actually kind of crazy.
You know,
I don't know. Yeah. And peace and love to the dog people out there, because truly, I don't want to make it seem like I'm, like, a killjoy at all, because people really don't like it when you say you're not a dog person. But, like, I just, like, I think I've grown out of, like, the excitement that I used to have with dogs.
Yeah.
But I'm always nice to dogs. I will stop on the street and pet a dog. But maybe I don't want to go on a road trip with a dog.
Yeah, no.
Is my take.
Anyway. Could not.
Anyway. Okay, 18. Oh, yeah. I think that maybe, like, pop culture, like being a pop culture person is, like, a very important skill. And I say that as a pop culture person. And I think it's making me feel better. But, like, I was thinking about the other day, I was like, I feel like it's such a fun, like, gateway into, like, communication and community.
Yeah. I think there's, I agree. There's a level, it's, because, like, necessary is, like, too strong of a word, because it's not necessary. But there is a level in which, like, when you engage, or at least are in the know of things, it's like an opportunity to relate to people and have something in common.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it gets a bad rep now because we're in the age of parasocialness. Yeah. And, like, just, like, everyone wants to have a hot take. Right. And so I think pop culture can be labeled as something that's not so chic. Yeah. But I think it's very fun to, like, just meet people who, like, have pop culture niche interests as you. So that's that take. Okay, this actually relates to a conversation we were just having. 19. The hottest person in the world to me currently is Professor Plum from
my gosh.
From the board game Clue.
Okay, no notes.
No notes. And I am talking about the little figurine.
Oh, okay. Still no notes, I guess.
No, I was just thinking because I was talking about the movie earlier. And I'm like, I'm not talking about the character or the actor from that movie. I'm talking about the little figurine.
But isn't it just like the purple game piece, or you have a figurine that's like an actual person?
Oh, yeah, like the original game of Clue, they all are little character figurines.
Oh.
So they probably from whatever game you're talking about, whatever the portraits were that you were the images, like that's probably what they use instead of the actual figurines.
Yeah,
but they all have the little.
Okay.
So
okay, I'm gonna have to look it up after.
He's just a little guy. But like in my head as a child, I was like, that's my man.
Right.
Okay. Oh, and this also relates to another one. 20, continuation on this, is also Tim Curry is currently the hottest person in the world to me. See Rocky Horror and or Clue. Okay. 21. Okay. I watched Bye Bye Birdie a couple weeks ago.
Bye Bye Birdie.
Yeah. I don't think I liked it, which is annoying.
Okay. Wait, did you see? No, I made you watch my video, but
yes, I've seen you in Bye Bye Birdie.
But you didn't see it live, right?
No. And I do wonder if there's, because I watched the movie, so I do wonder if there's a difference between the stage musical and then the movie.
Oh, yeah. There definitely is some difference, but I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know the extent of it. But it is, you know, my parents came to watch it, of course, and they loved when I was in White Christmas with the same theater company.
Sure.
They loved White Christmas. Like, it was one of their most favorite things I ever did.
Oh, interesting.
And then they came to see Bye Bye Birdie, and they were like, yeah, you were great. My mom especially, she was like, I just don't really know. Like, my parents just didn't really like the story as much.
Okay. I think my thing is, I think half of the songs are really fun and catchy, and then the other half I'm like, I don't really care about. Like,
yes,
the titular Bye Bye Birdie song, T. The one that goes, going steady, that one, T.
Yes, that's the one I was in. Going steady, going steady.
Exactly.
And then Got a Lot of Living to Do. Ooh. And the other one that I love is Put on a Happy Face. Oh,
classic.
Love. But yeah, the rest are kind of maybe forgettable.
Yeah, and like kind of slow, and like I was like, I don't care. And then my other critique is, I thought Conrad Birdie was gonna be in it so much more than he ended up being in.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know if it's different in the stage or what.
Yeah.
But like, I just was like, Conrad Birdie's not even like top 4 main characters in this. Like, we're barely focused on him, which I thought was like so interesting.
My critique is that the mom is racist. Like I
don't know. I can't remember. But this is interesting.
I don't know if this is in the movie, but in the stage version, it's like the 2 owners of Alme Lu. It's like the man Albert and the woman Rosie. And Rosie's like Hispanic, and Albert's mom is like sings this whole song about like being a mother, and nobody loves their mother anymore because the son is dating the Hispanic woman. She's like,
well, I do not think that's in the movie. I have no idea what you're talking about.
She's just like racist to the woman that her son. It's partly giving like boy mom, where she's like, oh, my son's abandoning me.
Ew, okay.
And then it's like even further, so there's like comments about her being like the Spanish Rose, and it feels that's
not
what I don't
good.
like about
okay
it.
Yeah. That's a good critique.
Yeah,
very good critique.
Like, so whenever her song came on, it's like the actress, she was great, the actress we had was great, but I was just like, I just can't really get behind the song.
That's maybe like in perhaps I'm completely having amnesia about parts of this movie, but like I don't think the mom really had a song at all. Yeah. Like her own song. So I think they might have cut that out.
I would cut it if I had the option.
I thought it was funny because that is a musical that has a whole number dedicated to Ed Sullivan of the Ed Sullivan Show. And I was like, yeah, this is actually necessary. We should have a song dedicated to how much we love him.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. So T, you might like the movie. I think the girl who played, I can't remember her name, but whoever the main young girl is, slayed. Kim. Knocked it out of the park.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should definitely watch it because I'm not gonna listen to the soundtrack, just the songs I like. But yeah, I definitely should.
And Dick Van Dyke's in it, and we love him. Another thing about me driving. So the first time I ever drove a car was in driver's ed, and I almost crashed into a minivan at a roundabout, and my driving instructor yelled at me, even though it was my first time I was ever in a car driving.
Okay, so I did know that your driving instructor
was mean.
Basically made you not get your license in the sense that like he scared you. It was a he, right? A boy.
Yeah, he was an old man. Yeah.
Like that he freaked you out. But I didn't know that you almost crushed a minivan in a roundabout. Did you go the wrong way?
No, but like so like I was in we were at one of the roundabouts in our hometown that like has the 2 lanes. And like I was on the inside lane, and like I was literally like, he was like, you're way too over, like you're literally about to hit like this minivan, and then he made me pull over and yelled at me about how bad that was. And I was like,
roundabout on your first time in a driving is crazy.
Dude, my second time in a car, maybe not second, or I think it was third, but like my second or third time in a car, I was driving on a highway to Warrensburg.
No.
If you are aware of the KC metro area.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And so he yelled at me too because I was not comfortable going 60 miles per hour yet. But that's okay.
That is crazy.
Shout out. My mom is listening to this, and I have to tell her, I don't know why I had to do driver's ed. Yeah. It's one of those things where she's like, you're going to thank me for it when you're older. And here I am older. I don't think it gave me any insight.
Yeah. That's not your fault that you got scared, because...
Yeah.
And especially those roundabouts, if I'm thinking of the same one, like that people would drive crazy on those. Yeah. So
it's tough. tough. Anyway, okay. 24. I never finished The Office, and I don't think I'm going to. She said no comment. As somebody who watches The Office religiously, literally no comment from Laura.
I think it has a good ending.
Yeah, I hear people.
It has a good finality to it. But yeah, the thing about me is I started watching The Office one day and I never stopped.
I know.
And when people are like,
a lot of people.
Yeah, people are like, "Oh, I am crazy. I've seen it like 9 times through." I'm like, I've seen it however many times through if you've been watching it since 2017. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Innumerable amounts.
In endless loop of watching The Office.
And I'll like I actually usually start on the Hot Girl episode where it's Amy Adams comes in as the purse girl, because like the episodes before that, there's only like 5 before that, and it's like it's the pilot season and like they're trying to figure out, and I just like, I don't care. I start there and then I'll just watch, and then at some point in season 7, 8, or 9, I'm just like, I'm kind of over this, and then I go back to the beginning.
Okay, that's like, I feel like I got pretty far into The Office, and I really liked The Office when I was first watching it. But keep in mind, I think I started it when I was 15 or 16, and then something happened where I got like so far in, and I think like Michael was leaving and things like that, and I was like, there's a lot of changes happening, and I don't feel like I'm vibing with it. So I just stopped watching with the intention to pick it back up, and I've just never watched it ever again.
Yeah.
And it's been like 10 years and I've never watched The Office. Like,
yeah,
I don't think I've seen an episode just since then. So.
There's definitely a different vibe. Like when Andy's manager, spoilers, Robert California brings this weird energy. And so it's like, when I get to that point, it's like I am still watching the same show, but it's like I'm in a different headspace. And sometimes I actually, if I like haven't watched it in a little while, because it's like I don't stick to like, I have to watch it in order. Sometimes I'm like, I really want those random little interns there, and you know,
the interns,
and like Saber and all that stuff, and I'll start later. But a lot of times it's like, I want like season 3.
True. Yeah, no, the first few seasons are so good. But I will watch Parks and Rec repeatedly. So I just think I'm a Parks and Rec girl.
Yeah,
that's just what it is.
Love.
Okay, 26. My favorite color right now is pink.
What kind?
I would say like a baby pink, like a maybe like this color pink.
Cute.
So
you definitely like the warm tones. We went from yellow to orange to pink.
Yes, so that's been my favorite color scheme since I was younger. It's like I loved the sunset color scheme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense for me personally.
Okay, good to know.
Yes. My favorite song from the new Sabrina Carpenter album, for anyone who cares, is Nobody's Son. And that's my new thing that I haven't told
I haven't
you.
listened to it.
Okay. So you probably don't care.
I think I've heard that one on TikTok though.
Oh yeah, that one's like that boy is corrupted.
Yeah.
PTSD. Yeah, that's that one. That's good. I think you'd like a couple of them for sure.
Yeah. We were listening to what was the other one that was popular 2 weeks ago?
Wait,
like from
Man
the new
Child?
album. Yeah. No. It's after that.
Tears? That's the
maybe that's
the,
the
pop
one.
song.
Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. And I don't know why. I don't know. I think I was just like telling Seth like, "Oh, Sabrina new album," and he just like listened to that song and he sent it to me and he was like, "Okay, girl, like we get it." Like, he was like, "This is kind of like debaucherous," and I thought it was funny, so I like sent it to Kelly. And she was like, "If you think that's bad, like, don't listen to the rest of the album." And I was like,
yeah.
"Okay."
Yeah.
So I just haven't listened yet.
That's fine.
One of these days.
Yeah. There are some that I'm just like, I feel like Nobody sounds pretty tame, which I appreciate. I don't know why, but every time I listen to maybe you won't like it, but like the way that the song House Tour sounds, I'm like, this is so you vibes.
Wait, I've heard a little first, second, third floor.
Yeah, that's
yeah. And it sounded
that one.
cutesy. The thing is, I really like a lot of Sabrina Carpenter's music, so it is on my list.
Yes.
To listen to. You know me, I just am not good at
about listening to music.
That first listen. So
yeah, I
need to though. So then that way I can tell you what my favorite is.
Yes, exactly. Okay, this is my final one.
Okay.
Which you already know about, but this was how I was gonna tell you. And now here we are. Okay, number 27. My little baby sister is pregnant with a little baby.
Auntie era coming. Yes. Age 27. Danielle's entering a new era for real.
For real. I know. I was so when she told me, I was like, I had a moment where I started to cry, and I don't know if it was because of like just shock or like excitement. I think it was a conglomeration of everything. But like the first thing I told her, I was like, wait, but like I just didn't realize it was gonna happen. Like I had a real like Joe March moment of like, I can't believe childhood is over in a way. And she was just like, okay. It was so funny. Like she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm like whatever. And she was like, okay. But it was so funny. Anyway, but yeah, she announced it to me by giving me a candle that said, "Welcome to your auntie era. Are you ready for it?" Which is a Taylor Swift reference, which I thought was very cute. And then she got me a T-shirt with like Winnie the Pooh on it, and it says like Auntie Bear. And I was like, wait, that's so cute.
That's so cute.
I know. So I really like that.
We need to get the baby. You need to wear that and then put the baby in a little piglet outfit. Like,
exactly.
That would be so cute.
Exactly. Wait, that's actually such a good idea. Yes, I will be telling her that. Yes, so super exciting. More to come later. I probably will be sharing stories.
Yeah, I'm excited because some of you probably know I've mentioned it here and there on the podcast, and of course if you know me in real life, but I've been an aunt since I was 16, so 10 years coming up on 11.
Yeah.
And I have 11 nieces and nephews, so it averages to one a year.
One a year is crazy.
Yeah, it's not exactly even.
Wow.
But like being an aunt has been one of the greatest joys of my life.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for you to hopefully, have that experience too. And you'll be like a couple hours away, but that's not too far.
No, like that's what I was saying. So it's like it's nice that like knowing that like when she has the baby, like I'll either be in Kansas City, or like I'll be able to get there very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's comforting.
Sure. Yay.
But yeah, yay. So huge news. Felt like sharing.
Yay.
But I was like, yeah, and if Laura found out like a day ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this was like low-key the plan, but like
yeah,
maybe I shouldn't have announced on the podcast anyway. So it's like, fine. It's nice that we had a private chat about it.
Yeah, true. Oh my gosh, yeah, that would have been crazy
if I just threw that there.
Yeah. But I would be excited.
That's good.
And it's like, you know, the song in Matilda the musical, every brand new life is a miracle.
Oh yes,
miracle.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah. I'm just so excited.
Yes, thank you. I know. Yay. I will be giving updates. She's gonna be a Capricorn.
We're besties already.
I know. I told Alyssa immediately. I was like, and yeah, that's my girl. I was like, Earth sign, I'm taking it. Thank you.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Well, that was like probably the best note to end on.
I know. Okay, so yeah. That's good.
Yay. Well, thank you for sharing 27 things about you. I'm gonna have to remember in a couple months
your 27th, and then you have to write down your 27 things.
Yeah, I'm gonna think of some things.
I know. I wish mine were better and more juicy, but like again, I was like, wait, we've got a YAP sesh, so I gotta make sure I have my 27 things.
That was perfect. I loved it.
Okay, sweet.
Oh, yay! Well, happy birthday to Dan a few days ago, a week ago when this is posted, I guess. And thank you everyone for listening to Read the Last Page. Our music and illustrations are created by the amazing Sage Timothy.
If you don't know our schedule yet, we host a book club episode once a month, and this month we are reading I See You've Called in Dead by John Kenney. So if you want to join us for our spoiler-filled discussion of that book, make sure you pick it up if you haven't already, and you can look out for that episode on the first Friday of October.
Yeah. I'm excited for October.
Me too.
Before we get to the last page, though, we want to say thank you for listening. You can find us on your podcast platform of choice, or if you'd rather watch your podcast, you can find us on YouTube at Read the Last Page, and you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Discord, and Patreon. And I was gonna say catabasis. If you have any discourse on that,
sure. Yes, leave it.
Put it in the Discord or email us. For now, we want to say bye from B
and Dan.
Bye.